Most people think 21 days is just a random number. They're wrong. It's a 504-hour mental battlefield, a visceral war between who you are and who you want to become. Instead of just looking at the weeks, we're going under the hood to see exactly what's happening in your brain, day by day. In the first 72 hours, your brain will beg you to quit. By day 10, it will start crafting logical excuses to pull you back. And by day 15, you'll hit the void. But what is actually happening at a cellular level? How do your dopamine receptors rebuild themselves when you refuse to give in? Today, we're getting to the core of the 21-day protocol. No fluff, just the raw science behind the mental attacks you'll face and exactly how to dismantle them. If you're ready to hardwire your success, let's begin. The neural withdrawal. All right, let's get real. The first 72 hours aren't just difficult. They're a biological ambush. You decide to quit a habit, and suddenly, your brain feels like a construction site with no foreman. Why? Because you've just cut off the dopamine pipeline. Your brain is an efficiency machine. It's used to getting its fix with zero effort, whether that's scrolling, sugar, or whatever your vice is. When you stop, your basal ganglia, the habit center, panics. It sends a distress signal to the adrenal glands, flooding your system with cortisol. That's that restless, skin-crawling feeling you get on day 2. You're not just bored. You are in a state of physiological stress. Here's the science of why your hand automatically reaches for your phone or that old habit. Neural pathways are like highways. Your old habit is a 10-lane superhighway. Your new protocol is just a guy with a machete trying to clear a path through a jungle. When your stress levels spike, your brain loses its ability to use the prefrontal cortex, the logical part of you. It defaults to the strongest, fastest road it knows. It's not a lack of willpower, it's your brain trying to solve a perceived survival crisis by going back to what it knows works. In these first 3 days, you aren't fighting a habit. You are fighting a chemical withdrawal. Your brain is literally trying to scare you back into your old ways using cortisol-induced anxiety. If you can outlast the spike, the highway starts to crumble. But for now, expect the itch. Expect the excuses. It's just biology throwing a tantrum. The negotiation phase. The just one time trap. You survived the first 72 hours. The physical itch is fading, but now comes something much more dangerous, the negotiator. On day 4, your brain realizes that screaming, cortisol, didn't work, so it tries to bargain. This is the science of cognitive dissonance. Your mind starts generating incredibly logical reasons why you should quit. I've already proven I can stop. One time won't hurt. I'll start again on Monday. It's not your personality talking, it's your anterior cingulate cortex trying to resolve the discomfort of change. Your brain is literally trying to trick you into a relapse because it wants to return to a low energy state. It wants the easy dopamine back, and it's willing to lie to you to get it. The emotional flatline day, 5 hits differently. This is what neuroscientists call transient anhedonia. Your brain has started downregulating its old dopamine receptors, but it hasn't built the new ones yet. The result? A massive emotional flatline. Everything feels boring. Your favorite music sounds dull. Your work feels pointless, and you feel like a zombie. This is the death valley of the 21-day protocol. Most people quit here because they think the protocol has made them depressed. In reality, your brain is just recalibrating its baseline. You aren't losing your joy, you are just lowering your boredom threshold, so that in a few days, simple things will start feeling amazing again. You have to embrace the gray to see the color later, the aggression spike, the rebel within. By day 6, the boredom turns into irritation. You're snappy, you're losing your patience, and the smallest thing sets you off. Here's the science. Your limbic system is in full-blown rebellion. Since you aren't giving it the reward it wants, it's triggering a fight-or-flight response. Your testosterone and adrenaline might slightly spike as a survival mechanism. Your brain is trying to create a conflict because conflict creates stress-induced dopamine. If it can't get a happy reward, it will settle for a stress reward. Don't fall for it. This aggression is actually a sign that your old neural pathways are starving. You're winning, even if it feels like you're losing your mind. The beast is screaming because it's dying. The deceptive plateau, breaking the mental barrier. First week is officially behind you. You've survived the shock and the rage, but now you enter the most dangerous part of the map, the deceptive plateau. This is where the silence becomes louder than the screams. Most people don't fail because of the pain. They fail because of the nothingness that happens right here, the identity crisis, the who am I glitch. Day 7 is about your ego. Your brain has realized that this new version of you is actually sticking around, and it's terrified. You'll start feeling a strange sense of loss. You aren't just quitting a habit, you're killing a part of your identity. The science. Your self-schema is being updated. Your neurons are literally rewiring your self-perception. You might feel lonely or out of place even when you're with people. Don't look back. The version of you that needed that habit is dying. Let it. The boredom peak. The survival of the dullest. If day 5 was a flatline, day 8 is a peak of pure, unadulterated boredom. Your brain's reward threshold is at its lowest. Things that used to be okay now feel like watching paint dry. Here's the secret. This boredom is actually your dopamine receptors healing. They're shrinking and becoming more sensitive. Your brain is cleaning the junk out of its system. The goal today isn't to find excitement. It's to learn how to exist without it. If you can survive the boredom of day 8, you can survive anything. The ghost cravings. Neural echoes. Suddenly, out of nowhere, the urge returns. But it's different. It's not a physical need, it's a ghost craving. The science. This is a spontaneous recovery attempt by your nervous system. Your brain is sending one last ping to the old neural highway to see if it's still active. It's like an ex-girlfriend calling you at 3 a.m. just to see if you'll pick up. Your job today is simple. Don't pick up the phone. These cravings are just echoes of the past. They have no power unless you give them attention. The highway is being demolished. Let the dust settle. The neural reconstruction. The turning point. You've passed the halfway mark. This is where the magic and the danger shifts. Your brain is no longer just fighting the old. It is finally starting to build the new. We are entering the phase of neural reconstruction. The fog is lifting, but your mind is about to play its final, most sophisticated trick. The clarity spike. The dopamine reset. On day 10, you'll wake up and feel different. The heaviness is gone. This is the clarity spike. The science. Your dopamine receptors have finally upregulated enough to start finding pleasure in normal things again. A cup of coffee, a walk, or a deep conversation suddenly feels 10 times more vivid. Your brain is finally coming back online. Enjoy this feeling. It's the first real sign that the protocol is working. You aren't just surviving anymore. You're starting to live. The overconfidence trap. The I'm cured myth. Day 11 is the most common day for a relapse. Why? Because you feel too good. You think, I've mastered this. I'm cured. I can handle a little bit of the old habit now. The science. This is cognitive overconfidence. Your prefrontal cortex is feeling strong, But your old neural pathways are still physically there. They are just dormant. If you touch that old habit today, you won't just slip. You will trigger a full system reactivation. Don't let your progress blind you. You are a recovering architect, not a finished building yet. The social friction, the mirror effect. As you change, your environment starts to push back. On day 12, you'll notice friction with people who still have the habits you're trying to kill. This is the mirror effect. Your discipline makes others feel guilty about their lack of it. They might try to pull you back, consciously or unconsciously. Today is about social fortitude. You'll realize that the 21-day protocol isn't just about changing your brain. It's about auditing your entire life. The deep fatigue, the biological bill. After the highs of the last few days, day 13 might bring a sudden deep fatigue. The science. Your body is paying the biological bill for the massive cellular repair it's been doing for nearly 2 weeks. Rewiring your brain consumes an enormous amount of glucose and ATP energy. You aren't getting sick, you are healing. Treat today as a maintenance day. Sleep more, hydrate, and realize that your body is working overtime to finalize the new you 2.0. The critical threshold, the point of no return. You have reached the 14-day mark, 2 weeks of resistance. By now, the world thinks you've made it, but internally, you are entering the critical threshold. This is where your brain performs a stress test on the new neural structures you've built. It's the final exam before the new habit becomes permanent. The second wall, the "is this worth it" dip. Day 14 is psychological exhaustion. The novelty of the challenge has worn off. You're tired of being disciplined. You'll ask yourself, is this actually changing my life, or am I just suffering for nothing? The science. This is a dopamine low tide. Your brain is testing the sustainability of your new lifestyle. It's searching for a reason to go back to the high reward, low effort old ways. Today isn't about motivation. It's about stoic endurance. You don't need to feel good today. You just need to not quit. The cognitive shift, the new normal. If you survive the wall of day 14, something strange happens on day 15. The effort starts to fade. You no longer have to remind yourself not to do the old habit. The science. This is the beginning of long-term potentiation, LTP. The new neural connections are becoming myelinated, meaning they're getting a fatty coating that makes electrical signals travel faster. The path in the jungle you were clearing with a machete, it's finally becoming a paved road. You are starting to act out of habit, not just willpower. The sensory awakening, the world in 4K. On day 16, your senses might feel hyperacute. Food tastes better, smells are stronger, and your focus is sharper than it has been in years. The science. Now that your brain isn't being constantly flooded with fake dopamine, your sensory processing is recalibrating. You are no longer numb to the world. This is the biological reward for your discipline, the ability to feel high on life itself without the external crutch. You are becoming human again, the ghost of memory, the final echo. Out of nowhere, a vivid memory of your old habit will flash in your mind. A smell, a place, or a feeling will trigger a massive phantom urge. The science. This is neural pruning. As your brain prepares to physically dismantle the old, unused pathways, it often fires them one last time. It's a dying spark. It's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of deletion. View this craving as a system notification that the old file has been successfully moved to the trash. Observe it, don't act on it, and watch it dissolve. The cementing. Hardwiring the change. You are standing at the finish line of the 21-day war. The hardest battles are won. Now, It's no longer about fighting the old you, it's about solidifying the new you. In these final 72 hours, your brain is doing the heavy lifting of making this change permanent. Welcome to the cementing phase. The efficiency surge, the prefrontal takeover. On day 18, you'll notice that tasks that required massive effort 2 weeks ago are now happening on autopilot. The science. This is the prefrontal cortex takeover. Your brain has successfully shifted the new behavior from the expensive, conscious mind to the cheap and efficient basal ganglia. You are literally burning less energy to stay disciplined. You've stopped being a person trying to change, and you've become a person who is different. The resistance is gone because the friction has been eliminated at a cellular level. The social integration, the boundary test. Day 19. Test your new identity in the real world. You'll likely face a situation where your old habit is presented to you on a silver platter. The science. This is a pattern recognition test. Your brain is checking if the new standard operating procedure holds up under social pressure. For the first time, saying no won't feel like a sacrifice. It will feel like a preference. You aren't holding back anymore. You simply don't want it. Your internal compass has been recalibrated. The neural silence, the calm after the storm. Day 20 is strangely quiet. The mental chatter, the negotiations, and the ghost cravings have all vanished. The science. You have reached homeostasis. Your neurotransmitters, serotonin, GABA, and dopamine, have found a new, healthy equilibrium. The chemical hunger that dominated your first week is dead. You are no longer a slave to your impulses. You have achieved neural freedom. Today is the day you realize that the 21-day protocol wasn't a prison sentence. It was a jailbreak. The new blueprint. The victory. You made it. 21 days. 504 hours. You've officially crossed the bridge. What you're feeling right now isn't just relief. It's neuroplasticity in action. Your brain has physically restructured itself to support the new you. Let's look back at the war you just won. Week 1 was pure survival. You fought the chemical withdrawal and the itch. Week 2 was the mental battlefield. You dealt with the boredom and the identity crisis. Week 3 was the cementing phase. You turned effort into instinct. You didn't just quit a habit. You upgraded your entire operating system. But wait, before you walk away, we need to talk about the traps. Because even after 21 days, your old brain is a master manipulator. It will try to lure you back with these exact words. The slow fade. Just reduce it slowly. You don't need to be so harsh on yourself. Lies. Your brain doesn't want moderation. It wants the old dopamine flood back. The one-time pass. One time won't hurt. You've proven you're in control. Lies. One time is enough to reactivate the old highway you just worked 21 days to demolish. The stress excuse. This habit is the only thing that keeps me calm. Lies. It doesn't calm you. It just temporarily numbs the stress that the habit itself helped create. Stop treating these thoughts as your thoughts. They are just faulty biological signals from an old version of you that refuses to die. You aren't committing a small crime when you slip. You are betraying the new architecture you just built. Before you go, let me put this insurmountable 21 days into perspective for you. We're talking about 504 hours. That's it. But let's break that down even further. You spend about 8 hours a day sleeping. That's 168 hours of this protocol where you don't even have to try. Then you have your social life, work, and daily routine. Another 8 hours a day, totaling another 168 hours where your mind is occupied. Do you know what's left? Only 168 hours of actual conscious battle over the entire 21 days. If you add it all up, you're only fighting the itch for about 7 days of total waking time. 1 week of struggle for a lifetime of freedom. When you look at the numbers, the monster doesn't look so big anymore, does it? Math is a beautiful thing. We're building a community here of people who refuse to be slaves to their own chemistry. Also, I want to hear from you in the comments. What day are you on right now? Or if you're starting today, just type day 0 and let's hold each other accountable. Your new life is literally just a few hundred hours away. Don't give up on the person you're about to become. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more. See you soon.